Good morning to all. In my new session, I, Tushar Mahapatra, lecturer in KIT Polytechnic. Today, we are going to start about a new chapter, that is design of machine element. Before we start the new chapter, today, in this slide, we are going to discuss about introduction, about machine design, then classification of machine design, and third one is machine design procedure, and last one is that is mechanical properties. In this section, we are going to discuss one by one. Okay, next, before we start, we first some knowledge about machine. Why machine? Because if we see our scenario, today the whole environment is surrounded by the machine. Because machine is a type of device, or machine is a one type of elements. It is the combination of some parts or rigid body where connected in such a way that the form of energy is converted into useful work. What is form of energy? That means we see one example. If I switch on the machine, then switch on the first we switch on the switch. When the switch is on, then the machine is start. That means the electrical energy is just converted into mechanical work. And we just put the parts and then the operation is complete. That is the form of energy is that electricity, and the required output is our mechanical work. So I just mentioned some points that consist of several parts of rigid body in such a way that the available form of energy is converted into required output. Then design. What is design? If we thought of that object, I just draw that object in a paper. We just call that is a drawing. The drawing is converted into design. That means design is the process of developing strategy. Before we produce design a product, we first thinking what is the main strategy, what is the main aim of that object. That means developing strategy to meet the specific demand, whether that object or whether that design is required for human or not. That means the specific demand. And after getting all this, that is proper strategy and specific demand, then produce a real object. So without design we cannot find, we cannot design a product. So design is essentially a decision making process. If first we think about the product, their aim, their need for the human, then their demand. After all these things, we just produced a product. So if we see that what is machine design, so we just call that the creation of new and better mechanism and improving the existing one. So before we design something, we just deal with some planning, construction and strategy of machine elements. Before design a drawing, before making a design, the designer should have knowledge about strength of material, mechanics, mathematics and other mechanical subjects. So he or she have basics knowledge about mechanical engineering so that he can design a product. Then classification. Basically machine design is of three types. We just see all over the world. First one is adaptive design, second one is development design, and third one is new design. What is adaptive design? Adaptive design is that When we see all these things all over the world, that means some amount is already exist, some design is exist. We just we just give we just take some information from this design and design a product. That is called adaptive design. Yeah, adaptive design is that normally bicycle, motorcycle, TV, fridge, these are the design of adaptive design. Second one is development. Development means that is some amount is exist, we just take all these things and put a new product, just modify something. That is developing. That is if one is IC engine, if we put the IC engine in bicycle, then this type of things we call that development design. And third one is new design. What is new? New means totally different. This type of design does not exist in the world. One scientist is think about the design, then realize the demand, and he thinks that product is not in the market, then he launched that design, that is called new design. So three type of design we just discuss about. One is adaptive design, second one is development design, and third one new design. Next one is design procedure. Before a design something, we just think some amount of idea, we just keep some amount of idea from all the resources like internet, all, yeah, taking some knowledge about my superior, yeah, other human beings. So before you start, first, that is recognition of need. What is recognition of need? Recognition of need means aim. If we think about design, first we think about the need. Is the design is suitable for human beings or not? So how to recognize that need? You just give a market survey, yeah, people opinion, yeah, student opinion, yeah, other human, so you can know about the need. After that, that is mechanism. What is mechanism? Mechanism, when you think about design, you just give the thought about design and then mechanism. Mechanism, what type of, yeah, what type of work basically used in that design. So select the possible mechanism or group of mechanism which will give the desired motion. Is the mechanism is suitable for the design or not? We just find out these things. Next one is analysis of forces. Analysis means first we know about the mechanism, then our analysis. What is analysis? If you see something, when you see a machine is a assembly of different parts or different links. Links means two type joints, that is link, yeah, that is pair. Though link, two link is making a pair. So if we see the pair, then you thought about what type of forces are acting each and every element, then we can find the analysis of the forces. That means finding the forces acting each and every member of a machine, and what type of energy is transferred to the members. Third one is material selection. Before we thinking about things, we already know about the material selection. We know the mechanical properties. What sort of properties is basically used for this design? We just find out that things. What are the properties? We just discuss about. Next slide. So first we know about the properties, how the material, yeah, how the object is showing their his behavior during the different loads are acting over that. So in that case, we just consider these properties and then we selected the material. Next one is design of elements. Design of elements, that is size and stresses. We are already discussed, that is analysis of forces. So in that case, we just design something. The design in the sense that may be his length, his width, his height, is how much amount of that object is taking the over the, that is floor size. These are the basically design of elements, how the object is looks like. So to find the size of the each member of a machine by considering the force acting on the member and the permissible stresses. For the mechanical used, that should be kept in mind that each member should not affect or deform that the permissible stress. So this type of idea we just keep in our mind before selection of the material and the design of the elements. Then next one is modification. What is modification? Modification is that after getting all this, we just think whether that object is good or not. If not good, then what sort of changes should be in that object, just in that design. So how to know? So before we planning something or to design something, we just survey about these things. If any sort of design or modification is required, then in that case we just modify these things. After modification, in design, we just still about detailed drawing. Detailed drawing in the sense we just put draw a design, making a design with their design of just consider their mechanism, their analysis of force. So we just taking all these things and making a drawing. After making the drawing, we put and we send that drawing to the for final approval and final production. Then final production is basically final production. This design is sent to the CIM. Then we just analysis the design and making this design into the final object. Next one is mechanical property. What sort of properties a material have? I just mentioned some of the properties. One is strength, second one is hardness, third one is plasticity, fourth one is elasticity, then ductility, brittleness, malleability, toughness, flexibility and machinability. Other properties that we have already, that is fatigue, creep, stiffness. So these are the properties that is without property we cannot consider this material for a design. We just taking all their properties knowledge, then we can put this for the final design. So first we know about what is elasticity. I just discussed one by one. One is elasticity. Elasticity is the property where the machine can deform. Yeah, when we can load uh, load a object, that the object can deform. After relieving the load, the object can move back to its original position. That is called elasticity. Second one is machinability. What is machinability? Machinability is that ability to machine. Ability machining like cutting, drilling. So these are the machining. Next one is flexibility. Each and every parts have some flexibility. Flexibility in this in sense we can uh, put some amount of load and getting to its original position and making any type of work, that is called flexibility. Next one is ductility. What is ductility? Ductility is that if ductility and brittleness both are just different to each other. One is ductility is amount of observe the shock. So this is the basic properties of a mechanical object. One is in this class we just discussed about these things. So in next class we discussed about what is the basic procedure to design a machine element and some stresses like working stress, ultimate stress. So in next class we will discuss about these things. Thank you.